Okay, so this is next WOW video is part 284C3K20. It's line 22f1fa19c3k20 isotopic spin arrow Yang Hills UFO core WOW Seti. There's the alien radio signal there with the equations in it, and October 11th is when I started doing the research, and today's November 17, 2012. Isotopic spin arrow. So I googled that to see what would come up. The quantum vacuum, a scientific and philosophical concept. It was a book that came up from Google from Luciano Boy in 2011. The effect of the Higgs field is to provide a frame of reference in which the orientation of the isotopic spin arrow can be determined. So the keywords are Yang-Mills fields are a massless vector. So the next one that comes up is the nature of consciousness, the structure of reality. Google books, Jerry Davidson Wheatley, 2001. Local symmetry means certain up or down isotopic spin arrow transformations can be made in one location without affecting the physics. In physics, well, this is a quote from Wiki. In physics, and specifically particle physics, isotopic spin is a quantum number related to the strong interaction. So here's a graph to look at. So this is a combination of three U, D, or S quarks forming baryons with spin 1.5 form the baryon octet. And this is from Wiki. There's another diagram here. So I just want you to look at these shapes here, okay? That's what caught my eye. This is the shape of the actual inner core for the spaceship, and you'll see this in all the videos. I keep doing that shape, like in the very... That's the shape of the core, and then of course there's a little inner core right here, right? And then this here is the bottom of it. It's like an upside down triangle that goes like this, and it rotates and it keeps it up. And if you watch the Higgs videos, it talks about doing matter and antimatter for this portion here, and it shows you the math equations and stuff. So there's a lot of videos about this. So combinations of three U, D, or S quarks forming baryons with spin 3-2 form the baryon decouplet. Okay? So these are the math equations you would use to do it. October 11th, my thoughts, the octagonal shape fits on top of the upside down triangle for the core of the ship. This has come up in several WOW videos now. So obviously that's the structure that we have to look at. So quote from Wiki, in particle physics, the near mass degeneracy of the neutron and proton points to an approximate symmetry of the Hamiltonian describing the strong interactions. The neutron does have a slightly higher mass due to isospin breaking. This is due to the difference in the masses of the up and down quarks and the effects of electromagnetic interaction. However, the appearance of an approximate symmetry is still useful, since the small breakings can be described by a perturbation theory, which gives rise to slight differences between the near degenerate states. SU2. Heisenberg's contribution was to note that the mathematical formulation of the symmetry was in certain respects similar to the mathematical formulation of spin, which the name isospin derives. To be precise, the isospin symmetry is given by the invariance of the Hamiltonian of the strong interactions under the actions of the Lie group SU2. The neutron and the proton are assigned to the doublet. The spin 1, 2, 2 are fundamental representation of SU2. The pions are assigned to the triplet, the spin 1, 3 are a joint representation of SU2. Just as is the case for regular spin, isospin is described by two quantum numbers, I don't know if that's an I or an L. The total isospin, and I think it's I3, the component of the spin vector in some direction. October 11th, my thoughts. SU2 comes up in the Higgs field and the Higgs mass particle boson data videos and in WOW now. Cool. Formula from keywords. October 13th. The formula from keywords found in the data. Isotopic spin arrow, effect, Higgs field, frame of reference, orientation, isotopic spin arrow can be determined, symmetry, up or down isotopic spin arrow, transformations, one location not affected the physics. Particle physics, isospin, quantum number, strong interaction, combinations, 3UDS quarks form baryons with spin 1/2, baryon octet, core of UFO ship, mathematical equations, combination of 3UDS quarks form baryons with spin 3-2, form baryon decouplet, base of core of UFO ship, mathematical equations. October 13th, formula from data continued. Particle physics, mass degeneracy, neutron, proton, points, approximate, symmetry, Hamiltonian, describing strong interactions. Neutron, higher mass, isospin breaking, I'm going to Google that. Difference, masses, up and down quarks, effects, electromagnetic interaction. My thoughts. I've seen this definition several times. I still don't seem to remember everything about it. New thoughts come each time I read it. Basically because the more videos I research and blog, the more I've learned and each step becomes clearer along the way. Formula continues. Appearance plus approximate symmetry. Useful small breakings describe perturbation theory. I'm going to Google that. Rise and slight differences near degenerate states. SU2, Heisenberg's contribution. Mathematical formulation. Symmetry, same as mathematical formulation of spin and isospin. Isospin symmetry, I'm going to Google that. Invariance, Hamiltonian, strong interactions, under action, Lie group SU2, and I'm going to Google that too. Neutron, proton, assigned doublet spin, 1/2, 2 plus. Fundamental representation of SU2. Pions assigned triplet spin. Adjoint representation SU2. Regular spin, isospin, 2 quantum numbers. I, total isospin, I3. Component, spin vector, direction SU2. Higgs field, Higgs mass particle, boson, data. Wow. Okay, so that's the end of the formula of keywords. And thank you for watching. We'll go on to the next video now.